call the roll for attendance?
Pugh,
Here.
Livingston,
Here?
Weaver,
Here.
Aline,
Here.
Mackey.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Very much. That brings us to item 2 on your agenda, which is the adoption of minutes for our March 25th meeting. Chair, entertain a motion.
So moved.
It's been moved. I'll properly second it. Any discussion, reference the minutes? There being none, Madam Clerk, can you call the roll for the approval of the minutes?
Pugh,
Yes.
Livingston,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Aline,
Yes.
Mackey.
Yes.
Motion approved.
That brings us to item 3 on our agenda, which is the adoption of the agenda. Ms. Moore, you have anything different more? Staff, no. Chair, entertain a motion for adoption of the agenda as presented.
So
So
movement.
It's-
Go ahead, man. Second.
It's moved and properly second. Madam Clerk, can call the roll.
Pugh,
Yes.
Livingston,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Aline,
Yes.
Mackey.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Bring us to item 4, which is our action items, our first action item. That is item 4A, award of construction resurfacing bid package U. Ms. Moore?
Staff recommends the award of contract to Armstrong Contractors LLC. They were the lowest responsible bidder in the amount of $2.739 million. And we would include a 15% contingency for that project for a total approved amount of $3,149,850. This was among 4 bids received by procurement on page 9 of your packets. The bids range from 2.7 to 4.9 million. The projects that are in this bid are listed on page 13 of 20 in District 8 and 9. As we pointed out, we were achieving a pro rata of resurfacing, and to do that, these 2 districts required a boost in the resurfacing. We'll continue to do resurfacing as this bid affords us another sum of where we had about $6.5 million remaining in budget on resurfacing, and with this bid we'll be able to certainly put out another packet for construction this summer. So we recommend the award to Armstrong Contractors in the amount specified.
I just want to comment, when I first looked at the 15% contingency, I said, well, we're keeping it high. Then I look at the difference in the bids there. You probably need that, 'cause that's a big old difference. You know what to account for that difference.
One other thing I'd point out about this is not as long a list as we might have, but based on the price that did come in, it seems fair. These projects had PCI ratings of pavement condition index of pavement conditions from 20 up to about 40, 100 being a new pavement, 0 being pretty much gravel. So they were lower, and a little bit more work needs to be done, patching and repairing areas of curb and gutter, areas adjacent to the pavement, and then full depth pavement in some areas. So it's not as just a mill and fill.
But it doesn't concern you that there's about a 45% difference between the lowest and highest bidder?
Oh, not at this time.
Okay.
There were, it was put out as unit prices. Yes, there's always struggles, but with that, when the contractors, it's all public information. But with the bids that they set, we expect the work to be completed for the bid price, and the contingency is to allow for things found in the field. And considering this is more than just mill and fill, this will expose some subgrade and things that we may encounter during construction. We recommend the 15% contingency.
Questions, discussion?
Has the county worked with this bidder before?
Procurement is going to come down to answer the question, but we've done work with Armstrong since I've been here. I'm not sure before then, but yes, ma'am, we have.
And they've successfully completed projects in the past, similar to this one?
Yes, ma'am. Jennifer Ladishkin, Procurement Director. We've done business with Armstrong for many years. They actually were part of our SLBE program at one time, and so they have successfully completed these types of projects in the past.
Oh, you. Move to approve?
Second.
Moving proper second. Is there any further discussion?
Yes.
Livingston,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Aline,
Yes.
Mackey.
Yes.
Motion approved.
That brings us to item 5 on your agenda, items for information / discussion regarding transportation updates. Mr. Moore, you recognize.
Yes, sir. We do have upcoming meetings. We had a request for that to provide meeting updates. And so we had one last night that's not on the list with District 8 and 9 regarding mostly for transportation, Hardscrabble Road, and then an update of Penny projects and Public Works projects in those districts. Upcoming this week on Thursday night is Shop Road Extension Phase 2 Public Information Meeting. Those public information meetings are put on by our OETs. That'll be an open house to take in comments on 3 alternatives to the layout. So we look forward to that. We've invited everybody that has parcels adjacent to the project and all of Montgomery Road. And so we've also worked with PIO on the information. We have been invited to update.
Before we move on, I think Ms. Mack have a
Yes,
question.
ma'am.
I did, I'm sorry. Just for some of us and those listening, OETs are,
On-call engineering team. So I could replace that word with consultants for design work.
thank you, just want to make sure people knew who was hosting this meeting. Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
Okay.
Good point.
Sorry about that. May 6th, we've been invited to update the Irmo Town Council on the Broad River Road widening project. That is May 6th at 6 p.m. at their town hall. Greenways Commission meeting is May 19th. The Greenways Commission looks at the various greenways and comments. There's a lot of members from the Gills Creek Watershed Association at those meetings, so it's an opportunity to talk about specifics they need related to Gills Creek as well. May 19th, also, we have the next TPAC meeting. At the recent meeting, which was just yesterday, TPAC indicated, again, their discussion on the annual Penny update, that they wish to proceed with that. Then in May, June, we're looking for open dates for the Kelly Mill Road widening public information meeting. Again, sponsored by our on-call engineering team for that project. No date set yet. And then not on the list, but another one that will be upcoming this summer will be Jackson Creek Slant, labeled on our 2012 referenda as Columbia Mall Greenway. Is to be a determined date for that. We'll work with council members on those dates. Current projects update, we have projects in construction. So on this page, we've got 6, and then there's one on the other side of the page. So 7 projects, the 7th being on the back side is the project that's in for award, which was resurfacing U. But Blythewood Road widening, that project is slated to be completed this September. Cherokee Construction is shifting project to the south side of the roadway, which is where they completed the curb and gutter, the roadway. Had been building up and working nights over the past few months to build up that area with asphalt to complete the road on the south side so they could shift the traffic over to the south side of the road. There is a group working with economic development to help harness all the projects going on in the area, from community road to new interchanges to our project, and then economic development also extending Blythewood Road a bit further to Muller Road. And so they had a request with the south end of Community Road being closed for about 1 year is the word, due to its reconstruction and the interchange work, that deliveries would need to use Blythewood Road in our project limits. So Our contractor has agreed to shift 2 items of priority on, while they have while they have traffic shifted to the south side. They'll be working to build the north side of Blythewood Road. But instead of working on the general area of the north side, they'll focus on the roundabout first, then move further westerly on the north side. So once they do that, they'll have the roundabout in operation in the next couple of months, so that truck traffic can get onto the north part of Community Road. Sunset Drive sidewalk is expected to be completed here in July. That project was closed to traffic during a lot of work to shore up and build retaining walls. It's a very narrow corridor that has a large drop-off. Parts of the sidewalk will have a 42-inch high concrete parapet wall for safety. And so once they got that type of work out of the way, utilities out of the way, they could open the road, which they did in the past 2 weeks. So that is open to traffic. They'll have to use flaggers to continue to pour sidewalk. Dirt Road Package O is completed. We're doing closeout right now. There was some lengthy projects with a lot of detail, like Sarah Matthews Road in District 7. We extended Howard Kugler Road in District 1, and then Nathan Ridge and Jackson Road is a road system in District 10 that was completed. So those are just going through their closeouts, ensuring signage and pavement markings and restoration is taking root. Alpine Road is complete. We did do a ribbon cutting on that. And then at last night's meeting, I was able to put Bart McCarter on the spot and say, Bart, you're gonna approve this project, right? And he said, yes, sir. So they need a perfect establishment of turf before they'll sign off. So when the Penny completes work on DOT roads, the DOT is gonna take over maintenance. They wanna make sure they're getting a project that's truly ready for them to not have to do immediate maintenance on. Atlas Road widening is under construction. That's kind of an answer to what are some of the things we can do to maybe not just shorten the construction period, but shorten the period that affects the movement of traffic through it. And so right now we're doing the utility relocation. We haven't hired a road contractor. It's a utility contractor that's moving sewer, water. We've been working with the privately owned utilities for gas and electric and communications. And so while they're doing that, the 2 lanes that are there exist and continue to move traffic. When they get progressed to a certain point, we'll bid out the Phase 1B roadway work. And at that point, we'll be in road construction. Phase 2 is just waiting DOT to complete the final approval of the final plans. And at that point, we have the right-of-way. So that section to Bluff Road, Shop Road to Bluff Road could be completed and taken to construction. Percival Sidewalk is under construction in District 6. Project started in January, is expected to be completed this September. We've had calls from the city on that related to development they're doing and sidewalks they're requiring perhaps on the other side of the road. We're building on the sidewalk opposite I-77 side of the road. So that's our projects in construction and soon to be resurfacing package U. This is the list of projects in right-of-way. That was a great thing to see with DOT providing the Richland Penny with a lot of authorizations to begin negotiating right-of-way. If you ask me what is the pinch point, what is the shortage, it's right-of-way acquisition agents and appraisers. So getting those projects done is all at the same time, you know, with a lot of right-of-way going on. That's probably a limiting factor. So those are going on with primarily Broad River Road, where we have 112 properties acquired out of about 115. We've got Pineview Road widening, and that's almost all acquired.
Wait a minute.
Say again.
I had a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. When you talked about, I guess you said right-of-way agents and appraisers, is is that something where the county needs to look at opening up some type of on-call to bring more on to help us? Or if we know that, is that something that we need to consider to help with this process, or?
Yes, yes, ma'am. We're also looking at positions to help us manage that in the penny that we'll be talking about in the budget. But in the area of utilizing as many as we can, we do have just one firm that is on
Okay.
call, and so that would be limiting. But what we've done, for instance, on Broad River Road, that is subcontracted to another firm through the OET, through the consultant, through the number of little bitty parcels we need here and there to be appraised and negotiated for the dirt road program. We're using about four different companies for that. So we have been able to use the OET subcontractors to help expand that. But even with that, it's still somewhat limiting. To manage it, we brought in software to keep track of all these things going on at the same time with that.
Well, Mr. Livingston, or Chair, definitely would like to, I guess, track that and not let that be something that's slowing us down on projects if we have the ability to allow more right-of-way folks to be on. That only helps businesses and also helps us to deliver projects faster, so.
Good point.
Yes, sir. The rest of these, just kind of like go through them quickly. The Smith Rocky Branch Greenway. Actually, we were in land acquisition, but we found Norfolk Southern had denied, or CSX, I'm sorry, had denied our permitting due to a restrictive covenant on the Vulcan property. This is one that goes near the quarry area. And so we're redesigning to get off that property because of a restrictive covenant that they would not release. But otherwise, that's a small land acquisition. Dirt Road is going on with several projects and being added to the land acquisition. Spears Creek Church Road widening. They're doing the title searches and the appraisals at this time, and we'll start seeing some action on the negotiations very soon. We've met with different people along the corridor with different input regarding the construction. Lower Richland Boulevard widening is early in the process as well, with title reports and appraisals going on. And Broad River Corridor NIP, which is a safety project, looking at all the different driveway accesses, trying to limit those and utilize the intersections more to move commercial traffic to those intersections. So that one's in right away as well. Just some corners are needed on Broad River Road in that area, the Bush River Road area. And then finally, Decker Woodfield. As soon as we have permissions and easements, we can bid out Brookfield Road and Hunt Club Road sidewalk projects that are part of that. We've received authorizations for those projects. And then we have a pretty good long list of projects here in design.
I have to go through all of them.
And I
You
won't
said,
go
you know,
through
when
all
you-
those.
You know, you want to highlight.
Yes, sir.
You're right, there's quite a few of them.
The last thing we do have after that is the program planning. We do intend to get started on scoring and following the county's orders on that with utilizing the documentation that's been approved through either ordinance or resolution, including the principals document that has the scoring assignments in it. So we do have, based on council's recent approval of the new OET list, where there's 15 OETs, we intend to hire them for helping the county staff with project photos, mapping, descriptions, accident reports, and traffic counting, which will be needed to warrant any improvements we make to intersections, and then documenting the roads with growth through 2050. We'll need another consultant to help us with the bike ped plans, sidewalks, bikeways, greenways, and to help do that, analyzing the neighborhood needs, the connection to schools, parks, and shopping, the fitment of bike lanes, for instance, in traffic, and if that's something that would be warranted, and working with DOT on that, and then comparing the needs that are identified to local studies and plans, such as City of Columbia's plans for bike improvements and pedestrian ways. And then there's 3 areas in the scoring we'll utilize with the OETs, our internal experts and one external. We met with Reginald Simmons from Central Midlands COG, MPO, and he's offered to help identify funding opportunities outside the penny for projects, which is one of our #1 scoring element. And then economic development areas, working with economic development, both city and county, for areas that would be of interest for projects development in those areas, and as well as blight elimination areas, working with community development, collaborating with our county staff and OET on those areas. So look forward to getting that information. We think we can get that completed this summer. And frankly, we want to get going on traffic counts before school gets out. So,
Got a lot going on.
yes, sir.
Thank you for that update.
You got a lot going on
Yes,
there.
and that's what we should have, is a lot going on, so thank
Any
you.
questions, comments? Mr. Sings, you recognize.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just wanted to thank Director Maloney for your hard work, especially with this Montgomery Shop Road extension. I know Senator Jackson, this is something that he's been working on, I want to say since 2009, long before any of us were on the council or here. And so just in speaking with him, he was just very elated that we just took the time. I just told him, not me, but you took the time to work with SCDOT and all those engineers involved, just trying to get some results just based on community input or reaction. And to me, to echo, she's not here, but Ms. Barron's sentiments, that is high praise coming from District 10. And so I just wanted to say thank you for that, and just working so hard and so diligently on getting that done so fast. And also the compliments that I've gotten in District 10, you're getting these roads paved. I said, no, I have to pass that on to the staff. So they're excited in District 10 to see the work that's going on. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Director Maloney, I just 2 quick questions. When we talked about the new penny, one of the priorities was to complete the pavings that we didn't get done from the first penny in 2012. Do we have any idea roughly what date those may be done? Is that too hard to project? Is it 2027, 2028?
So what, I need to clarify, the pavings, meaning dirt road pavings, resurfacing of existing paved roads?
Right, the ones that were promised for the first penny that we didn't finish for whatever reason. We told folks it would be with the new penny. Do we know when those might be done, or any projected date, or?
So yes, and I'm not, we haven't checked yet on how far down the list on the dirt road paving is what I think you're asking about.
Yeah, okay.
And so that has $18,500,000 remaining in the budget. That'll
Okay.
continue to fund dirt road paving until that's completed.
Okay.
The new program does have considerably more. It's between 130, 150 million, I believe.
Okay.
Recommended by council into the principals document. So I can't imagine anybody that would want their road to be paved, and we met people that don't want their road to be paved as
Okay.
well. But that's a pretty good budget there.
So we're maybe a couple years out, 2 or 3 more years, you think, to finish that list?
I think we are 7 to 10 years out.
Really?
Just
Wow.
just going through the process of what I'm experiencing right
Wow.
now.
Okay. All right. My second question, Mr. Chairman, if I can, very quickly. So when we were getting public comments for the new penny, one of the things I heard in those meetings, especially from some constituents in my district, was perhaps the county needs to look at hiring a greenway czar, just someone who maybe has experience in another area coming in. It's a lot for you to juggle, especially looking at this list. I was just wondering what your feelings are on that. Do you think that would be beneficial to the county, or
I
you don't
think-
need it, or?
No, I think that's a terrific idea. As a matter of fact, we're asking that in our budget for employee staffing.
Okay. Because there was a lot of folks that spoke pretty passionately about that when they were here, so.
I will just say it is challenging for project managers that are working on something like widening Atlas Road or Broad River Road, and then having to kind of go back to a greenway question, working with the city. Now we're working with DOT, and so we look at those program-specific issues like even dirt roads, but specifically the Greenway Sidewalk Program could be a program, and there's a lot of budget by the council in those areas, and it requires someone to manage that program and to kind of facilitate and be an advocate for it.
Okay, good. Well, good to hear your thoughts and feelings on that. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Right, any further questions? If not, that brings us to item 6 on our agenda, which is adjournment. Entertain motion.
Second.
It's moving and properly second. Madam Clerk, can you call the roll for the motion to adjourn?
Pugh,
Yes.
Livingston.
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Aline,
Yes.
Mackey.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Meeting's adjourned. Thank you very much. Thank you.